All right. Good afternoon, everyone. On this Wednesday, April 8th. Hi there, I'm Ben Gressle. This is Flora Frequency. And it is finally the week of Battle of the Bands, the much anticipated house show happening here in the Clifton area this Saturday, April 11th, so at 6:30 p.m. So we'll definitely be talking about that along with the music scene updates. But first off, as always, let's talk about the weather because we have some really gorgeous conditions on tap for us today and this week. So we had a bit of a chilly start to the week. Easter weekend was, so Saturday was kind of warm. Then we had a bit of a front come through and cool things off for us a bit. And then the temperatures dropped and we're slowly but surely creeping back up. Currently, we're sitting at 64 degrees under sunny skies today, clear blue skies. And we're going to be staying in the 60s for most of the day today, dropping down to the 50s overnight tonight. But tomorrow begins a bit of a warm-up. So we're going to start climbing into the 70s for our daytime highs for the rest of the week, starting tomorrow. And then by the weekend and into next week, we're looking at 80s for our daytime highs, along with some storms. So if you are coming to Battle of the Bands on Saturday, it looks like we are going to be at 72 degrees for our daytime high, 50s for our evening low, under partly cloudy skies. So with that being said, I would like to kind of showcase some of the bands that are going to be in Battle of the Bands today, but I've only got a couple that I got some songs from here today, but I kind of want to showcase them ahead of their performance this week. So first off, one of the bands on the bill is Shed, and I had the privilege to get to talk with them and get to converse with them at one of their recent performances at Flora and Flair in Mount Adams, and I told them that I would be playing their stuff here on the show, and I figured it might be best, and I figured today would be a perfect week to do so, to kind of promote their upcoming appearance their upcoming appearance for Battle of the Bands this weekend I meant. So with that being said, I am going to play Shed and their single In My Head, and once again they will be appearing on the bill this Saturday evening for Battle of the Bands. So hope you enjoy.
Did I make my last mistake? Will I burn myself again? There's no lesson that I learned. You touch a fire and it burns, and I don't wanna die, but if I do, I'm without regret. Turn out fine. Was this all in my head?
On the bill for Battle of the Bands this Saturday evening, that was Shed and In My Head, local band from our local scene here, played on Flora Frequency here on Bearcast Radio. Hi there, I'm Ben Gressle. And obviously, speaking of which, we've got quite a bit of updates in the music scene to share with you this week. Well, we got some stuff. So, first off, so as I've been saying already, Battle of the Bands is this weekend. This Saturday the 11th at 6:30. Tickets are on sale now for $5 plus fees. Pre-sale online tickets and $10 at the door. All proceeds go to support Girls Rock Cincy. I believe Music Club is still potentially looking for some volunteers to help out at the event. I personally will be volunteering there myself, so please pull up to the show and come and say hi. So this is going to be an awesome show. As I have previously stated here on the radio, the bill will feature Redwood, Slippers, Sarah the Manager, Oh the Manatee, Silk Tongue, and Shed. The latter of which you just heard here today. So yeah, this Saturday, 6:30, be there. Also, the next song we're going to be playing is the next brand new single from Soma, released exactly 1 week after they dropped their last single, Hot Mess. This new one is titled Juniper, and I'll be playing that here in just a moment. But I've got some big news to share in that regard. So as I stated previously, their album is set to release later this month on April 17th, so we are just about a week and a half away from that, and we have a confirmed date for them to come into the studio here on Flora Frequency. So we are going to be having them, so I'm going to have the honor to welcome Soma into the studio here at Bearcast on Wednesday, April 22nd. So get that date down on your calendars, and I will be having them on the show here Wednesday, April 22nd at 3 p.m. regular time. And on top of that, some additional exciting developments. We have been working on making the arrangements and getting everything in place so that we can make a live on-air performance possible. So I am super excited to announce that we are going to be setting that up here in the studio, and they will be performing some songs live on the air right here in the studio on April 22nd, in addition to the interview. So once again, if you listened to my interview of Oh the Manatee back in late February and you enjoyed that, I hope you all will tune in to this one with Soma, and you will enjoy this one as well. And I am super excited to get to have them in, and also to hear them play live on the air. So that's going to be such an awesome experience. I am super excited for that. Speaking of Soma, they've got a couple shows coming up. They are going to be playing along with Cordella at Teak's Prom Night show on April 18th. So that's not this Saturday, but next Saturday at the TKE Teak Frat House here near campus. And this will be a prom night show. So obviously, if you arrive at the show in prom attire, so like for men, that would be like a suit or something, just formal. Women, if you have your prom dress, just the typical, you know the drill. They will discount your cover charge to just $2. So yeah, I think that's worth it. And unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to attend that one, regretfully, because I have already RSVP'd to attend the Rally Cats banquet that same evening, which is also a formal event. So ironically, I will be wearing the exact same attire that would get me the discounted cover charge to come into Teak's show. But yeah, we're having a banquet, and I think we're supposed to have an after party afterwards. So yeah, so I'll already be busy that evening, but I think both events will be really good. So yeah, so definitely looking forward to the next few weekends here, because we got Battle of the Bands this Saturday. We got all that going on next Saturday, as well as the Earth Day Festival, which I'll talk about after Soma here. And Juniper, I'll come back and talk about that with the horticulture stuff, and then the following weekend after that, we've got the DAP Gala happening again. I just bought my ticket today. That's going to be taking place on Friday the 24th at Urban Artifact in Northside, which is a brewery that has an event space in it. I've never been before, but this will be my first time going. It looks to be like it's going to be a fairy tale ball theme this year. I went to the gala last year, and it was a twisted garden theme, which kind of hit me directly, because it's like, oh, kind of a horticulture type plant like garden theme. So that was kind of neat. So this will be fun, and I know we had Rory Corp DJing the gala last year, so I think they got another DJ and a performance lined up for this year as well. So yeah, tickets are now on sale. If you are a DAP student or want to go to the gala, you should not wait to purchase your tickets, as they do plan to sell out this year. So hurry up and get those if you are planning to go. I already got mine, as I just said. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you there. Then, so that's that. And then, speaking of Cordella, they also have another show happening on the 16th. So this is next Thursday. Yeah, next Thursday. Sorry, the end of the semester, and it's like my mind's just all, because there's so much going on, and it's like trying to figure out what day is what. But yeah, next Thursday, April 16th, Cordella will be playing their first show of 2026. Originally, that was expected to be the prom night show 2 days later, but this one just got booked. They will be playing at Beta, another fraternity here in the UC area, to at the Kesem Battle of the Bands, to support to raise money to support the summer camps that are held for children whose parents have cancer. So another good show for a good cause. I will probably try to be at that, so hope to see many of you there as well. Also, Sophie Stockton just announced that she has a solo show confirmed at the Symphony Hotel this Friday. So I might pull up to that one as well. That personally, I think is a really neat venue, the lounge and bar in there, because I went to see her there a couple weeks ago perform, and it was a really nice show. So I'm definitely interested in maybe going back to that one. I know she and Mariana just did. Cassavet and Mariana just did they played at a music festival back on Saturday up in Columbus, so hopefully that went over well. Also, Oh the Manatee, who, as I said, is also on the bill for Battle of the Bands this year, and I've got a song of theirs coming up here on the show today to promote their appearance at the show as well. They have a couple more shows confirmed, or they have 3 more shows confirmed for later this month after Battle of the Bands. They will be playing one on the 24th as part of the Food Not Bombs campaign for the activism and whatnot. Basically like an anti-ICE show that they've previously mentioned. So that will be on April 24th for that campaign. And that one, once again, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make that one because I'll be at the DAP Gala that evening, but I will be able to pull up to the one happening the following day on April 25th, which is going to be on Shortvine Street outdoor show as part of the senior bar crawl, or I don't know if it's outdoors, but it's on Shortvine, April 25th, and they will be playing along with Mariana, Heat Seeker, and Slippers as part of the bill for that show. So I'm excited. I think that's going to be a good one. And then they've also confirmed a show for the Comet on April 27th, and I believe they will be playing that one with Soma. So that'll be a good one as well. That'll be during finals week. So if any of you are students here at UC who have a bunch of finals and want to take a break and enjoy something, that's your chance to do so. And then also, speaking of the Comet, if you pull up there later tonight, there's a show featuring Her Reverie that is going to be playing there tonight as well. So that's my updates for the music scene for this week. So without further ado, I'm now going to play Soma's brand new single, Juniper, just dropped this past Friday. And yeah, and once again, super, super excited to have them on the show later this month and doing the live performance on the air. So the countdown to that is on, finally. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoy Juniper by Soma, and after this I'll be back with some exciting horticulture and green scene updates.
Seething in your skin, make the devil seem sincere again. Painted you in gold, in hopes the rest of the world wouldn't see you so cold. It's bittersweet. The way you used to keep me on repeat. Be so cool that I'll show what you read. 'Cause we both know that my love's hard. Yours to keep and mine to lose. You couldn't compete with the man you told me you would be. Manipulate the air that I breathe, and you won't stop when I grit my teeth. You don't know how to feel anything you show. Try your best, but you're still below all the people you claim you're above. It's bittersweet. Keep me on repeat. So in what you read, 'cause we both know, we both know, we both know that my love
I always love hearing them play that one live at shows. That was Soma and their brand new single Juniper. the second of 2 singles that they have released ahead of their upcoming album, which will be releasing on the 17th. And once again, I am very, very excited to welcome them to the studio on the 22nd for an interview and on-air performance. That is going to be totally awesome. They are going to rock this place. I just know it. This is Flora Frequency with Ben Gressle, and I got some interesting stories and some news to talk about from the horticulture and environmental scene. So first off, as I said on the show I was going to be doing last week, just this past Friday, I went to the Bearcat Pantry Garden over on Fishwick Drive. This is in Cincinnati's Bond Hill neighborhood, right off I-75. And I mean, literally the garden's like right on the side of the freeway. But anyway, I've done work there before in classes that I've taken here at the university in past semesters, along with some. So this is actually kind of an interesting story. So back in the fall of 2023, fall semester, which this is my first semester here at the main campus of UC after graduating from my associates in horticulture from Cincinnati State, I had the real honor and privilege to get to meet podcaster and radio host Jennifer Jewell, who has a garden show that she airs on NPR affiliated stations across the country, and a podcast that you can go out and listen to wherever you get your podcasts. And her visit to Cincinnati and the university was ultimately made possible by the Civic Garden Center of Cincinnati. So obviously thanks to them for making things like that happen, along with all of the other cool things that they do for the area. I worked as an intern there a couple summers ago, and it's a really great organization. But anyway, we took a little tour of the area, me, Jennifer, and the horticulture department chair Brian Grubb, and one of the tour stops we went to was the BCP garden, and that was my first time ever checking it out. And it's definitely a budding community garden that's kind of definitely an ongoing work in progress, but they're making some really good strides down there, and they're putting out a lot of really good produce. We just put some stuff in the other day, and I got to see some asparagus shooting up, which I unfortunately mistakenly thought was a weed and was going at them with the scuffle hoe. And then the one volunteer was like, no, don't. Or the worker there was like, no, those are not weeds. Those are food. Those are food. So I was like, yeah, I'm probably going to take the scuffle hoe elsewhere to help with the weeding. And I did, and I got some of the real weeds out, but yeah, so it's coming along, and there's some garlic plants, some bulbs that are producing now. So yeah, they got some good stuff coming down there, and I was talking with one of the workers. We were taking a little walk through the tree grove that they have growing there, and I was telling them about the idea of like a food forest, which is like, speaking of the Civic Garden Center, what we had there, where basically you focus on trees and shrubs that produce edible products like produce and fruit and berries and whatnot. And that's pretty much what they're doing down there. They got apples, pears. Well, they had some apples, but I think the trees died. They have some pears, pawpaws, which are the only native fruit to Ohio, and they taste so good. They're like vanilla banana pudding in a way. It's really, really good. So we did that. I got to help with the construction of the bioreactor, which once again, speaking of the Civic Garden Center, they have one there, and I saw the finished product when I worked there, but I had never seen it come together. So it was nice to get to see it come together. And then yeah, so it was a nice day. We had a pretty good turnout, and fortunately it did not rain because I was a little worried about that at first. But yeah, we had nice weather for a nice volunteer outing at the pantry. So So a couple upcoming things. So Cleanup Cincy, as I said last week, they have another Clifton cleanup event happening on the 18th. This will be the morning of not this Saturday, but next. Meet up in Bearcat Commons on the UC campus, and y'all will disperse from there. If you would like to participate, service hours are available for students who need them. You can register on volunteer.uc.edu, but if you want to participate, I would register soon because sometimes those events do fill up, so go ahead and get that registration in. And then the Greater Cincinnati Earth Day Festival and Green Jobs Summit is happening the following day on April 19th at Washington Park downtown. This is right in front of Music Hall, and I will be in attendance there. Great opportunity to network with people in the industry along with other like-minded professionals with plants and whatnot. And there's just going to be all sorts of cool activities to celebrate our planet and being sustainable. UC will be there, Cincinnati State will be there, along with all sorts of other institutions from across the tri-state. So I'm excited for it. I hope to see many of you there. I would encourage you to go. Just be mindful of parking, as that can be a little difficult if you're driving there. But yeah, so that's pretty much the latest horticulture scene news, and I definitely have some more stuff horticulture and green wise that I am looking forward to chatting about, but I've also got some other music to play as well, so I will take a brief pause from my green spiel, as I call it here, and I am going to be playing one of Bearshe's more popular songs. This was also performed not this Monday, but a week ago from Monday at PAX Night of Music here on campus. This is apparently her highest listened track on Spotify based on the annual listeners. So here is Bearshe and her single Radio here on the radio on Flora Frequency. And after this, I will be back with some more horticulture stuff.
I wake up exhausted, even in the morning, like I'm made out of decaf. I'm barely running. Oh, and I hate parties, it's just too many bodies. I don't like small talk, I'm always leaving early. Then I met you and my eyes changed, and now you're in my eye range. I'm gunning for you. You changed my heart in a big way. I'm tuning into you. You're turning me on. You're turning me.
Given that title, that is a fitting song to play in here. That is Bershey and Radio here on Flora Frequency. I'm Ben Gressle, and obviously with these warming temperatures, it is nice to see things changing. We're really starting to see the foliage popping up on the local trees, species, and all the flowering stuff is coming. I was hoping to see the cherry blossom blooms at Cincinnati's Alt Park the other day. I went on Easter evening to go see it, but unfortunately I was late because not only is the peak bloom like 2 weeks prior to that, but it's also there was also some weird weather and wind going on that probably blew off whatever was still left on the trees. So the next bloom cycle based event that I'm hoping to get to, which this is the month to do so, is I want to go to the zoo to see the tulips in peak bloom. So hopefully I'll get to go check that out this month. But yeah, many of the flowering trees and the shrubs are now in bloom, and it's nice to see some of those tulips and those early spring flowers popping up. But I mean, honestly, though, it's been kind of a drier spring, in my opinion, so far. I mean, because I have mentioned here on the air before, like, about because when I mentioned, like, the pack events and whatnot, and how the one last year had to be modified and retooled because of how overly rainy it was at the beginning of April. Well, so far, this year's been kind of the polar opposite of that weather-wise, and I mean, I can't really tell if that's been affecting the flowers or not, because I think the excessive rain actually, in hindsight, might have had kind of a muting, chilling effect on some of the blooms last year, but this year they seem to be a bit more vibrant or so. So it's hard to really tell just over the difference of 1 year, but yeah, it's nice to see that happening. Temperatures getting warmer. The birds are out singing and everything. So yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite times of the year before it starts getting ungodly hot during the dead of summer. And but before that, though, I'll be getting plants in. So I've already been seeing pansies and cool season stuff for sale at the grocery stores. Kroger, Remke Remke markets over in northern Kentucky. They all have their stuff out for sale, so it's happening. And later this month, we'll probably start seeing the warm season stuff coming to the market. So yeah. So anyway, speaking of all the springtime vibes, I can definitely tell you that this is the time of year that immediately came to mind when I first heard this next song I'm going to play, which is also going to be a highlight of highlighting one of the groups that is on the bill for Battle of the Bands, and that being Oh the Manatee. And basically, I mean, if you know Oh the Manatee and you know their music, or you listen to my interview of them, or however you've been exposed to their EP, I was thinking about not only promoting their music ahead of their show this weekend, but also playing a particular song from the EP that really makes me, and I would think anyone else who hears it, think of spring. So I'm actually not going to say what it is. I'm going to just play it and kind of let the melody do the talking.
Ladybug lady, wasp can be frightening. The clouds disagree. They'll try to deceive me. They'll trap me in leaves until Ladybug Lady kicked down all the trees. She whispered so dearly, I'm glad you're with me. I'm with Ladybug Lady. So kind and so sweet. She smells of apricots and honey and stands close to me. Then Ladybug Lady, she told me goodbye. I asked her where she was going. She smiled and never replied.
Specifically wanted to play that one for you today, not only ahead of their upcoming appearance on Saturday, but because I genuinely think of spring when I hear that song, as most people would. That is Oh the Manatee and Ladybug Lady. Definitely a departure from the sound of some of their other songs on the EP and that they play just in general. Really, really talented there. And I was just thinking when they were saying about the wasps in that song, it's like I broke my 4-year in a row sting streak just last year, because it's like I think I talked about it on the show before, every single fall prior to last year I was getting stung by something, by some pissed off insect. Either it was a bumblebee one time, and then every other year it was eastern yellow jackets. So yeah. So anyway, this is Flora Frequency with Ben Gressle, and another thing about spring that I'm more mixed about is obviously this is the time of year for severe weather, and I feel that's another interesting topic that I like to talk about here on the show, as I start every episode with the weather report. And something really interesting that I got to attend just the other day, even though we're not really looking at severe weather happening anytime soon, at least for our area, because I'm just pulling up my weather chart once more, and even though it looks like we are expected to see some rain possibly later this week and into next week, that just came in here, it doesn't look like we're going to be seeing any thunderstorms. So once again, kind of in my opinion, a drier spring season than what I would consider to be normal for this year. However, what I do think it is still good to be aware and be prepared for whatever could happen, because I mean, severe weather could strike at any moment at any time, and that's why I also make sure to emphasize any watches or warnings that may be issued if there is something out there when I'm coming on the show here at the beginning of an episode. But I haven't really talked about this involvement that I do much on here, but on Mondays this semester, last semester it was on Tuesdays, I believe, I get to play with a different kind of radio. So that being the amateur radio, or the ham radio. So one of the oldest registered student organizations here at UC is the UC Amateur Radio Club, or UCARC. And they meet this semester. It's every Monday at 6 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock. Sometimes they show up at 5:30, typically in the club room on the 6th floor of French Hall West, which is just this cool little radio shack that was moved there a couple years ago from old Chem, which is now new old Chem. And so this was pre-reno of that building. And it's just really neat to kind of see how all this stuff works. And yeah, I mean, you can literally talk to people from around the world with these radios that we have in this little room here on campus. And I've talked to people. I mean, I personally don't have my ham license yet, so we use the club's call sign when we're broadcasting or operating, I meant. But I do plan, one of my New Year's resolutions this year was actually to get a license. So I'm probably going to look into doing that this summer. But anyway, when we've done operations as the club here at UC, we've gone on and we've usually made contacts with people from here in the United States, but sometimes we would get them from beyond, like I've heard out of Canada, Puerto Rico. I think I've talked to someone in Mexico once. So it's a really cool club. But just this past meeting on Monday, we were talking about severe weather radio operations and how people in the field will use the ham radios to communicate when they're storm chasing, which for liability, I have to say don't do that because it's very dangerous. But people who do storm chase, which do also at the same time as being very dangerous business, is an essential service for people who need the information. They provide data to Skywarn with the National Weather Service so that the forecasters actually know what's going on the ground as a storm is happening. So it's a really, really essential service and a really cool thing that these operators do. So I thought I'd share that because it's just a really cool thing that I've loved getting involved with here, and with it being peak severe weather season now, unfortunately, that's definitely kind of a fitting thing that I got to listen to a very nice presentation on Monday. So this is Flora Frequency with Ben Gressle, and this next song is another local track titled Woman by Philip Diox. Philip is a very talented individual here in the local music scene, and he has actually been a producer for many of Sophie Stockton's solo releases on Spotify and other streaming platforms, but he is also a musician himself. So this is him right now with his single Woman here on Flora Frequency. Hope you enjoy.
Following footsteps, blind in the dark. There's no need for light if I'm holding your arm. Frozen in time, sunken in reason. I'm tired of reaching, but I will climb. I'm only human, I'm just a man. Stretch out my hand so I can touch you. my hand. I'm just a mess. Stick out my chest, only to impress you. Woman, woman, woman. I'm only human. I'm just a man. Stretch out my hand so I can touch you.
Personally, I think that would be a good song for the Bearcast stream playlist here on Bearcast Radio. That was Philip Diox and Woman here on Flora Frequency. And honestly, I that was personally my first time listening to his music, and he's pretty good. He vocally he reminds me of Tom Petty a little bit. So maybe he's the worthwhile successor to the late great Tom Petty that we all could use in the greater music scene. So it is 3:53 p.m. this Wednesday afternoon, and as I am approaching the end of my hour, I thought I'd probably finish off by once again saying that I am definitely open to some suggestions on on some plants that we could get or that I could get for my garden this year. So I would definitely like to take those suggestions, send those in on Instagram, and I will probably open something up in that regard here in the coming weeks. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, so obviously, with that being said, I thought I'd also take a moment to kind of outline what's going to be happening with the rest of season 2 here, as believe it or not, we only have 3 more episodes left of season 2 after this. So obviously, yeah, next week is going to be the final regular episode of the show for the season. So the final because the last 2 episodes are going to be kind of specials. So we'll be doing the final regular broadcast next week, same time, same place. And then after that, like I said, we're going to have Soma on the air for their interview and live performance. So super psyched for that. And then to wrap things up for season 2, I think I mentioned this back early on in the season, but I want to officially confirm that I will be doing the Summer Songs Marathon here on Flora Frequency, where I will be playing all sorts of music, a special playlist with summer beachy vacation vibes. So you better believe you're going to hear like the Beach Boys on there. You're going to hear some Sheryl Crow and just all sorts of stuff as we wrap up the academic year here at UC, and people might be having summer and vacation on their minds. So I figure that would be fitting to end off the school year with and basically take people to the beach musically here on Flora Frequency to wrap things up. But to wrap things up for today, I'm going to finish off with Ed Sheeran and Shivers. And Cozy Sessions will begin right after Ed Sheeran. But before I spin that one up, I want to, as always, say to take care of yourself, prioritize your mental health and self-care, and I look forward to being back on the air with you, same time, same place, next week here on Flora Frequency. And until then, peace. Here's Ed Sheeran. Cozy Sessions starts next.
to the heart. I never kissed a mouth that tastes like yours. Strawberries and something more. Ooh yeah, I want it all. Lipstick on my guitar. Fill up the engine, we can drive real far. Go dancing underneath the stars. Ooh yeah, I want it all. Got me feeling like I wanna be that guy. I wanna kiss your eyes. I wanna drink that smile. I wanna feel like my soul's on fire. I wanna stay up all day and all night. Yeah, you got me singing like, ooh, I love it when you do it like that. And when you're close up, give me the shivers. Oh baby, you wanna dance till the sunlight cracks. And when they say the party's over, then we'll bring it right back. And we'll say, ooh, I love it when you do it like that. And when you're close up, give me the shivers. Oh baby, you wanna dance till the sunlight cracks. And when they say the party's over, then we'll bring it right back into the car. On the backseat in the moonlit dark. Wrap me up between your legs and arms.